Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, I decided to go ahead and do a freeform lock update, considering it has been over 3 years, going on 4 years since I started my lock journey, my freeform lock journey, rather. I started my locks back when I was like a junior, I think senior in college. So, that was back in 2005. I was young. I was like 21, I think, when I started my locks. So my locks are a very long time coming. We're like approaching 20 years in 2025 that I'll have had my locks. But I decided to go freeform and to not retwist my locks like individually, because I honestly got tired of manipulating my hair. And I felt like it was kind of a contradiction to continue to like retwist my locks, because the whole idea of locking my hair is that I have a hairstyle that is low maintenance. I think for me, that was the second most driving factor for me going natural. The first being, I just didn't want to have like the chemicals in my hair because I was perming my hair and I got tired of perming it. And it wasn't the first time I actually went natural. I remember when I was in high school, I was living with my father, and I expressed to him that I had plans on cutting my perm out, and he kind of persuaded me against that because his thought was, your hair is your glory, don't cut your hair. But I'm like, Dad, hair grows back. It's going to grow back. So I think I didn't cut it then, but I did cut it, I believe, after I graduated high school and I went off to college. I chopped it off, went completely natural. I have pictures of my little baby fro. And then I would go to the African ladies in the flea market, I think like at Gulf Fair Mall in Jacksonville, Florida, to get my hair, recombed, twisted. But then I didn't lock it. I didn't start the locks again like until it was the end of my undergraduate studies. So I was still very young. And then when I moved back here to New York City at the brink of the pandemic in 2020, it was April 2020 when I moved back, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just let these things grow out, because I would retwist my locks probably once every 60 days, 90 days, like individually. I'm like, I'm tired of it. I just want to just let it grow and let it do what it do. My process, and I have documented my freeform lock journey here on Facebook, and I have a playlist on YouTube that shows the whole journey from beginning up until this point, so you guys can see like what my locks actually look like before they began to grow together in terms of a freeform lock. What I did though, I did section out, and I know that some, I guess, people who are like true, pure, like they gun ho about the whole freeform. I've gotten pushback from that community to say, oh, well, your hair isn't really freeform to form, right? To actual true form. And here is the reason why they say, because I've decided when I started my freeform locks, I sectioned them off. So they're saying like true freeform, you don't manipulate your hair at all. You just let it grow. If you got a big chunk over here and a little chunk here and a little chunk there and a big chunk in the back, however your hair decides to take its course and to shape and form, that's the whole point of freeform, right? Like it is free of manipulation, human manipulation. And I kind of disagree with that. I feel like since they want to get technical, I feel like there is a gradient, there's a spectrum when it comes to freeform. And for me, my hair is definitely freeform because I've let it kind of do what it do. But initially, I did section it off into 12 equal sections. So I call them my 12 tribes. My 12 tribes of Africa. And I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, like the progress, the growth, what it looks like. My hair is relatively long, like to the point where I have to be careful, like when I'm sitting down, because when I'm out and about, let's say when I'm at work or I decide to go out and run errands in the city, or go out to the town, I always have my hair up in a bun. That's just like my default hairstyle. But when I'm at home, I let my hair flow. And so with that, I have to be careful. Like when I'm sitting down in my recliner chair, sometimes I'll like sit down. My hair is so long, I end up like leaning into my hair on my arm. And I'm like, oh. And even lying down. So I feel like my hair has always been long. And it seems like it's been the same length for the longest, but it actually hasn't. Because it's always been long. So someone asked me, how long I've been growing my hair, and I say since 2005, right? And she was like, I thought it would be longer than that. Like they thinking it would be like down to my ankles. And I would not stop my hair from growing that long, but I have like trimmed my hair. I will trim it, not regularly, but I will pick up some scissors and like even it out, or I'll cut off the strangling loose ends of my locks. Sometimes you'll see with locks, at certain points they may become thin, especially like towards the end, because that is a part of the lock that has lived the longest, right? So it does weaken over time, I would say, just based on certain environmental conditions. Yes, I unfortunately do use quote unquote chemicals in the form of dye, but I try to use it very sparingly, in moderation. Like I'm not dyeing my hair every 2 weeks or every month. If anything, I would say it's probably like, maybe like once every blue moon, literally. Like it's probably like once every 6 months, 5 to 6 months, that I will add color to my hair, because I like color. Like I'm an artist, clearly, right? So my house is filled with different colors, and I just like my hair. I've always been that way, to like different colors in my hair. So apart from that, though, I don't necessarily put chemicals, but I do use products. I'm going to show you guys in a minute the products that I use on my hair. So let's get into this. Hold on, let me get me an incense. I often get asked the question, like, will I ever cut my hair? And I'm like, no. I cut it. But I have thought about it, though, because, again, like I said to my father, when he was concerned about me cutting my hair and going natural in high school, hair grows back, right? It's just hair. And if it's for a good cause, like a healthy purpose, it's like, why not start a fresh new batch of locks? There's this belief that our hair carries energy, and with that, it's showing that I have a slow connection. I get annoyed with Facebook, because of late, it seems like all of my videos that I've made going live have gotten chopped up to the point where the video is not in sync with the sound. So I'm going to continue anyway. But there's this belief that our hair carries energy, right? And they call it, this is our crown chakra. There's so much energy, and if you're around a lot of people, then your hair kind of consumes the energy of the people that you're around. As we progress through life, as we get older, so to speak, right? Different traumas that we've gone through our hair kind of carries the timeline, the energy of that timeline that you were in that point in your life. So for me, again, like I've had these locks since I was 21 years old, right? Of course, I've been through a lot of different things, but I like to take a different perspective in a sense where I feel like everything kind of comes together, right? So it's not about, okay, separating or detaching myself from certain experiences in my life or traumas. It's like, for me, it's all about growth. And I feel like every experience has allowed me to grow and build upon the knowledge that I've already had before I went through that experience. So I just look at it through that perspective, like a strengths-based perspective when it comes to many different aspects in life, but here particularly when it comes to my hair. So let's unveil. Let's see what we have here. But yeah, I definitely thought about it because, change feels so good, and I am receptive to, new experiences, new things. So this is my hair in a bun. I did just wash it, so it is wet. My hair, given the length and the thickness of it, it takes time to dry significantly longer. It's like the more hair you have, the longer it is, the longer it takes to dry. So with that, my hair usually takes like a couple days to be completely dry if I'm letting it air dry. I don't use a blow dryer. But if it's like in the summertime, which is my favorite, when I'm washing my hair, to go outside and just let the sun, the heat hit my hair. I love that. Absolutely love that. But let's see if I can do a spin around. I do have this. I don't know. I should take this off so you guys can see. All right. So this is the length of my hair. The thing is, though, I think it can be kind of misleading and somewhat of an illusion when you see like this length that you see, right, with the naked eye versus if I was to, and I know there are some people who have, right, they've unraveled their locks, they actually combed them out, how long my hair would be. I'm sure it would be probably like past my knees, right, standing up. I'm not going to do that though. But yeah, I think it can be kind of misleading because there is obviously shrinkage when you have your hair in certain styles, and this obviously being like locks combined with freeform. So here you can see these are individual dreads, right? Dreadlocks. And then this piece here, this part of the dread is the freeform. Now when we think, okay, well, looking at this length from here to here, you would think, okay, is this the length that my hair was when I started my actual freeform locks? And I would have to say yes and no. Yes and no. When I started my freeform locks, yeah, slow connection. When I started my freeform locks, I would say my hair was about like here. I don't know why it's saying slow connection. I don't know. Maybe the weather, because our weather here in New York City has been kind of janky. So it's been very cold. We did have a snowstorm. And I think the cold temperatures negatively impact the reception, the cellular reception. So that's one thing. So I'm going to start with this. I love this spray. I use this on my hair. I'm trying to remember where I was initially inspired to use this rose water. Oh, this blogger that I follow. So she has had a set of freeform locks. I think now she has an afro. So her hair is still natural, but she definitely recommended using this. And, you know, ever since I got the recommendation, I haven't looked back. So what I'll do, and especially when I come to styling my hair, like when I'm going to work, because I usually smooth my edges down so I can make a bun. You guys seen that in most of my videos for my hairstyle. But I'll like just spray it like, you know, on my roots. I feel like my roots get the most attention. And like the remainder part of my hair doesn't really get that much attention. So I have to remind myself. This is also good for your skin too, like your face. So I do have a smaller bottle that I sometimes keep at my desk at work. And I'll like spray it in my face, even like when I'm meeting with patients, doing group therapy. I let them test it out too and spray it on their face. So the next thing I'm going to use, I have two. So this I got from a beauty supply store here in New York City. I'm sure you probably can find this in most beauty supply stores where you live. This is Grow Hair Grow Growth Oil by Talia Waheed. The thing I love about this, though, is a menthol in it. And it feels so good on my scalp. So what I'll do is I'll lace like my scalp with this. And it feels so good, especially in the cold, going out after I put this on my scalp and I'll go out like in the cold. Oh my gosh. Such a beautiful combination. But it has like that cooling sensation. This is actually real menthol here. You guys feel free if you have questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. Hopefully I'll be able to see them. It's still telling me that my connection is slow. This came off, so no. There you go. That song is stuck in my head. I usually keep a supply, like, so these products that I'm showing you guys, I usually keep a supply of these. I don't necessarily ever run out. This is my go-to. So once I feel like my entire scalp has been laced, I'll massage my scalp. Again, like I said, my roots get a lot of attention. Have to. Woke up this morning, smile at the rising sun. 3 little birds. One thing I like about this masseuse that I go to here in my neighborhood where I live, they do cranial massages with your full body massage. And I absolutely love it, love it, love it. All right, so the next product I'll show you guys, I don't believe can be found on the counter, over the counter. You have to order it from online. This is not going to be on your shelves at the beauty supply store. But this here is Scalp Stimulator by Basque and Lather, which is, I believe, is a company based here in New York. So I think I discovered them on Instagram, but it's hair growth oil. I love things that kind of just stimulate the follicle of my roots. And it smells good. Let me see, what is in here? The ingredients is just so heavenly. So it's made with grapeseed oil, hemp seed oil, peppermint, and rosemary. I love me some rosemary. So what I'll do is I'll like put this along my edges. You know, you gotta keep those edges strong. I don't use too much of this though. But I can feel the menthol. So don't take long for the menthol to kick in. And I can feel it right now. Oh, so good, y'all. Yes, honey. Yes, yes, yes. So I did do a freeform lock update where I took a ruler. I took a measuring tape measure, and I measured the length of my locks to see how long my locks are. And they're varying in length, right? So I think some I got like 18 inches, some I got 24 inches. Like, shit is long. I can't remember though which one was my longest. And then let's see, the very last thing is another product that came from the same company, Baskin Lather. This is called Hair Elixir, and I actually put this on the length of my hair. So, and I usually only do this regimen when I wash. So this entire regimen, these 4 different products that I use here in this video, I usually do when I wash my hair. Apart from washing my hair, I usually only use like the rose water spray, and I'll use the oils like this on my roots periodically sometimes when my hair is dry. But all of these products are very rich and a little bit costly. So, like, for example, this bottle here, this with the menthol, I think can go like, it's going to run you like about $12 just for this. And let's see, this is 4 fluid ounces. I don't remember how much I paid for these, but this probably was like $20. Very rich, all organic oils. Trying to put it on this chair here. And so it's just like, make sure the remainder of my hair gets attention, because of course, most of my attention goes to my roots, the hair follicle, and so I gotta distribute the wealth here. And one thing I noticed, like when I wash my hair and then I go out, I mean, I always get compliments, but I get even more compliments because my hair itself looks very rich. It looks very healthy and fresh. Nothing like a fresh wash. My colors are more vibrant, when I wash my hair. It just really stands out. Everything kind of stands out. This lighting, of course, I think does no justice. And I've been saying for the longest, I'm going to update it. I need to update 2 things, number one, my lighting setup and this phone. But your girl sometimes being cheap. You would think, me being a vlogger, I invest in a lot of different things, but I do need to invest in improving my production here. All right, I think that's enough. Oh, it feels so heavenly. So that's pretty much it that I'm going to do with my hair. I am going to unveil this package I received. So, like, I used this several times, and I think, like, I have, like, that much left, because I don't really use it. I really only use it when I wash my hair. And I wash my hair, when I feel like it. Which may be, like, once every 6 to 8 weeks. One of the psychiatrists at my hospital where I work, that's on my team, actually the same psychiatrist that expressed curiosity in my writing, my BDSM fictional writings. He asked me that, like, how often do I wash my hair? People are curious. Like, I wash my hair probably the same frequency everybody else washes their hair. I don't know how often do y'all wash y'all hair. One thing that I've been trying to figure out, though, given like my hair is getting long, and I can tell because when I do my buns, the way my bun would come into shape is much different before compared to now. I'm noticing that. So I feel like I gotta switch it up and do different things with my hair. And I'm kind of in a space where I honestly do not want to manipulate my hair at all. When I say manipulation, like I didn't bring it here for this video, but I use this styling gel called, it's an offshoot of Jam. It's in a yellow jar. I don't remember the actual name of it. But I use that. And that's a form of manipulation because I will like put it on my edges, smooth my edges down to then pull my hair up in a bun. But I'm like, I really don't even want to do that. Because here is a moment of truth. The thing about manipulating your hair is that you add strain to your hair when you manipulate it. Manipulation is just anything that you do to your hair, right? Whether it's combing, whether it is pulling it, whether it's smoothing it down with a styling gel, whether it's pulling it up into a bun, you are causing strain on your hair as opposed to if you didn't do anything to it. The less strain that you cause on your hair, the thicker your hair will be. You will see that. There's a correlation. I noticed that. So when I realized, like when I first started my locks and when I wasn't like going to work every single day on a 9-to-5 job, my hair was just growing. It was thicker. My roots were much thicker. My hair is still thick, but it was just much, much thicker than what it is. And our hair has the ability just to go very long and very thick. It's just how we care for it. So for this sake of this video, I'm just going to pull it up. Well, here you guys can see like the back of it too. But and the thing with these oils, y'all, be dripping. So it's gonna be all on my clothes. I don't care. And let's see. I might plait it. But yeah, like just the whole point. I felt like I started my locks just so that it's low maintenance hairstyle to do much to it. And then I get frustrated in the mornings because I got in the habit of doing these buns to kind of fit in with the professional culture where I work. And it's just like, I hate it. Like if I look at my entire day when it comes to me getting dressed and everything and going to work, the worst part of my day is doing my hair in the morning. That is the worst part of, I hate it, yo, with a passion. And I'm just like, to the point where I'm like, despite how much my job provides for me, like I make a decent amount of money, right? I make over 6 figures. I'm in the 6-figure club, shall I say, right? I make well over $100,000. I'll be at the point where I'm just like, I think I'm going to quit my job. So I don't got to do shit in my hair. Like if I could have it my way, my shit would be just nappy. My roots would be nappy. I wouldn't use no styling gel, smoothing it down. For you guys who are new to my channel, like you can go and look at my videos. You'll see like my edges are smooth. I don't like that, right? And that's only because I work. If I did not work, I have a job, right? So I just want to get into the space where I'm working for myself 100%. No 9-to-5, and just getting back into my natural self, because I realized, like, of course our hair is an outward expression of who we are, but even that, it's also a reflection of our mindset, our attitudes, right? And the different influences that we have undergone living in this white dominated society. Right, and this being driven, being pulled in the direction of wanting to be accepted. We can say, oh, no, I ain't gotta be accepted. I'm not looking for anyone's approval. But if you dress it a certain kind of way, you manipulating your hair a certain kind of way before you go to work, then that is a degree of wanting to be accepted or to fit in or to be approved, right? Knowing that if I just I got up out of the bed, right, and just stopped manipulating my hair and just showed up, right? Nappy hair and all, nappy edges and all. It would be a certain kind of reaction. I would get a certain kind of feedback versus when I pull out my jam, right? And I smooth out my edges. So I just don't want to have to go through that. That to me just eats away. Every time I get up in the morning, like I said, that's the bane of my existence. That's like the worst part of my day. I hate it, y'all. I hate it so much with a passion. But yeah, let me get off that rant. So, what I'm working on now is just creating a life for myself that I can be completely happy with, and just detaching myself from corporate America, detaching myself from a 9-to-5 day. I hate that shit. I've always hated it, though. It's nothing. I've always hated it. And again, the only reason why I'm in this position, of course, because we have the ability, the power to create the lifestyle that we want. We look at ourselves, we look at our life, right? Our reality. We created this, right? So I can't blame anyone else but myself. But just being conscious and self-aware of this, it's just like I've always said I don't want to work for anyone. The only reason why I'm in this position where I'm working at a hospital full-time as a clinical psychologist is because, first, I wanted to pursue the highest degree in my chosen field in psychology. And with that comes licensure, right? And you have to be supervised. So I'm beyond that phase now. I'm done. I'm licensed. I don't need a supervisor, right? I can work independently. And that's what your girl just gonna have to do. But I love this candle. I got this candle from a woman that I follow on Instagram named Janae. She makes the best candles, hands down. So I'm going to unveil. Where's the lighter? Just had it out. I'm going to unveil this package I ordered from Amazon because I'm going to do some early spring cleaning. So I like to switch things up in my place. And when I first moved here, I had a brown rug in my living room, and I had a color rug I had in my bedroom, I forget. But now I have a red rug in my living room, and I have a yellow rug in my bedroom. So I did order some new rugs, and I ordered some new shower curtains, the Afrocentric shower curtains. And I have the outer curtain, right? So I have the liner that I usually use, which is clear. I love the clear liners. That's just my thing. And then the outer shower curtain is the African-centered one. And so for those who have really been following me, you'll see that I often get inspired by different things, right? So the shower curtains are African-centered, and with that, I actually was inspired to paint what's on the curtains. When I first got my set of shower curtains back when I moved in here in 2020. So those paintings are actually in my bedroom. You guys can check out my album on Facebook for my handmade crafted arts. Let's get into it. Funny enough, I've never been a person to order shit from online until I moved into this space. And the pandemic obviously changed a lot for a lot of us, right? So with the pandemic, we were kind of forced to switch up our lifestyle and do things differently. But okay, so this is for the bedroom. This is a 4 by 5.3 feet rug here. It's very compressed. It sucked all the air out of it for shipping purposes. But when I open it up, it expands, and it takes a couple days for it to fully expand and to look like something. And so this is going to go in my bedroom. And then this color, this is a lime green, y'all. It's going to go here in my living room. And it's going to definitely pull out all of the yellows and the light greens that I have here in my living room. So I'm probably going to do this tomorrow. And I might take a picture and show you guys the finished product. And then, did I order 3 shower curtains? I guess I did. Y'all want to see? Looking at it from now, from looking at it like this, I'm just like, wait, is this the correct thing? You know, I'll be fucking pissed if they sent me some shit I didn't order. I will be pissed, yo. Yeah, I would just like go to work like this. But of course, that's not the culture, right? That part I hate. I do. With the fucking passion. I hate it. Hate it. Alright. Y'all want to see these curtains? Get an idea of what I'm talking about here. It came pretty quickly though. It didn't take that long of time. Let's see. I'm a little nervous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay then. Yes, honey. I love her. Which one? I'm trying to figure out which one should I put in my bathroom first. I got 3. I love her. So how many rugs do I have in my bathroom? Is it red? It might be red. I might have to switch out my rugs too. If I use this one to match this color here, I have to do black. I love it. Thumbs up if you like this one. I like her. Let's see. I noticed like most of my paintings that I've done definitely represent divine feminine. And I didn't really notice that. Someone, like, one of my viewers pointed out to me, it was like, most of your art, you have like a motif with mainly feminine. And I looked around, it's like, you're right. I do have some names. I have like Osiris there with Isis above my couch. And these masks are mostly men. I did like, I think 13 masks. Of the 13, I think like only 2 are the feminine energy. And then I have like Egyptian gods I painted above my bed. And so I think most of those, I don't really like these little cheap rings, so I'll probably switch it out with like some fancier ones, you know, some fancier hooks. All right, let's see what this one is. Okay. Speaking of the masculine, what is the feminine without the masculine? I love it. You see that? Beautiful. Maybe I should start with this one first to conjure up my husband. Let's see. I love it, yo. Y'all, if only y'all can see the full. See, it's not doing justice here. Can I go back a little bit? Yes, honey, yes. This is beautiful. Definitely feeling this. Yeah, I might have to go with this one. Both of them are cute. And then I got one more. I remember. I'm really excited. I'm at the point in my life where I want to build a house. Like, it's time, you know. Y'all think about how much money I put out in renting. Now, renting definitely has its perks too. Convenient. But I think I could save more money if I was just to purchase a house. And I've been imagining, like, what would that look like? First of all, where? I've kind of decided I'm going to give y'all, like, for those who made it this far in the video, I'm going to give y'all a little hint. So I'm actually considering moving back to the West Coast, to LA, for the very purpose of buying a house. Now, I can do that here, but it's just something about this winter here in New York City that made me change my whole life trajectory. I'm just like, yo. And what it was I went to this Black History Month celebration, and there was a speaker that now lives in LA, but I think she's from New York, and she flew in to do the presentation, and she said something that was so profound. She was like, y'all sitting here in New York, y'all complaining about the cold weather, but just remember, cold weather is a choice. I'm like, yo, she done went therapeutic on our ass up in there. And that's something that most therapists, we tell patients, like, listen, your reality, your behavior, it really is a choice. I even went to the point of saying, like, depression is a choice. And some of y'all on here attack me. But when you really think, put some thought into it, right? And understand what depression actually is. Of course, it has a neurobiological component to it, right? But there is a behavioral part to depression too, right? And there's something that you can do, right, to improve your mood. So really everything is a choice, right? We complain and we attribute blame to this and that and everything outside of us, but not taking back that wholeness of responsibility. Like, listen, we can choose, right? And just thinking about how fucking brick the weather has been. It did drop down to like single digits here. And I think that's when I started to really reflect, like, I just might have to move back. On top of, like, yes, the cost of living in LA is about the same as New York City, but the difference is what you get for your dollar, right? So let's say I can buy $1 million home, right? That $1 million home in New York City will look much different than a $1 million home in Los Angeles. And then with LA, of course, is the weather. The weather makes a huge difference, not just on how we feel, right, on our mood, but on our physical well-being. Like, it's important as melanated beings that we have a certain amount of access to the sun. For vitamin D, we need that, yo. That is detrimental to our health, our spiritual, psychological, and physical well-being. And considering, like, living in New York City, yes, we get all 4 seasons. Yes, there is summer. Yes, it be hot as hell. But the access to the sun is limited by far by comparison to other places, you know, outside of New York. And I look back even at myself in my videos when I made videos living in Los Angeles and my skin. And I miss it. And my skin is still beautiful, obviously, but it's just like, it was just much different. My mood was different. So this is the last one here. Let's see. So that's something I've definitely been considering, thinking very deeply about. And not just considering, actually kind of set things into motion, putting kind of things into motion. As you go, just might, I think, like, sooner than you think, I just might end up back in LA and be buying a home. And the rest will be history. Okay, so this is this one. I think it's 3 women on this one. Okay, can y'all see that? 3 goddesses here. So, you know, I'm thinking about like me building a house from the ground up, which I've definitely had the privy of having seen my mom do that. You know, we were younger. This was after my mom and my father separated. So up until the age of 12, from birth to 12 years old, I grew up in a 2-parent household, my mom and my father. My mom and my dad, they had their marital issues. My mom separated from my dad, left, moved back in with her mom and her sister. And for, I think, 2 years in that process, they were building a house, or my mom and her sister, my aunt, built a house from the ground up next door to my grandmother's house that we were living in. And through that process, I remember they involved us like the children, right? My mom's children and my mom's sister's children in that process of, okay, what the flooring would look like, what would the cabinets look like. They wanted to get our input on like what we thought, you know. So that was a fun part. Building a house, I think, is just can be something that is very transformative, and I have some ideas as to what my home will look like. Of course, it's going to be African-centered, but I think I might do this one last. I think, actually, when I do this, I think I'm going to paint. I have to paint these beauties. Look at this. Wait, I got to open it again. Look at these beauties. Y'all know I'm going to have to paint these beauties. I love it. Alright, so that's that. When I saw this video of like Egyptian sculptures, right? And it made me think, like, yo, that would be so freaking beautiful to have Egyptian sculptures with marble laced with gold throughout the marble in front of like the entranceway of my house, and even inside. I got so many ideas. And because, yes, I was born in a kind of subtropical climate, growing up in Florida. Florida is much like the Caribbean, right? I don't think people quite get it. And so sometimes people ask me, like, are you Jamaican? I'm just like, I'm from Florida. So there are a lot of kind of similarities between the culture, right? The lifestyle, people living in Florida and even in the Caribbean, because clearly they're close, right, in proximity. So of course there are going to be a lot of similarities. So somebody said, oh, because we are influenced by the Caribbean, be vice versa. I think when you take 2 different geographical regions, such as Florida and the Caribbean, you're going to see similarities because just by nature where they are, right? So of course we're going to eat the kind of same kinds of foods, dress, style, and all of that. So yeah, I can definitely see like inside my place some palm trees growing up from the inside. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. But anyway, let me go ahead and end this video. Is that oil or is that water? I think that's oil. Feel free to share your comments below. I know some of y'all like to just tune in and like to watch and observe. That's fine too. But I will catch you all in the